Every single time we see stuff and it's creepy and weird, we call it out and we say, hey, this is gonna fail. And we get nonstop hate. We get nonstop attacks on us, dragged into drama, and it just makes it worse for the people who drag us into the drama because they're usually a bunch of weirdo freaks. But you know, when we say something's gonna fail, it's probably gonna fail. Look where we are. Bluesky. Dude, I got so much hate when I said that this weirdo leftist freak platform was going nowhere. That the real leftists, they knew that this was bullshit. They knew that Twitter was still the only place to go. Some people moved to Threads. That place is insane. I think it's just as insane as Bluesky, but it's not sexually depraved. It's more supporting terrorism and anti-American values. Bluesky is more for the pedos.
Bluesky, let's look at the past 5 years. It's pretty much over. It is at the lowest.
It's becoming more over every day.
Point it's been at since before the election. The sky's over. That's right. The sky is not blue anymore.
So I guess I'm having like an Izaya Orihara moment because
actually I'd say it is pretty blue. It's looking pretty blue for them.
I have apparently set a chain of events in motion behind the scenes that have resulted in the entire collapse of the platform known as
I don't know if you really did that. It was probably just because it was a shit platform and it was inevitable and we saw it coming.
Bluesky. Yeah, maybe I'm making it sound a little cooler than it really is, but I think you'll enjoy what we're about to take a look at in this video. So you may have seen this back on June 12th, either on my Twitter account or directly on my channel here. As I had said, I made a video about how Bluesky's dying, and then Asmongold reacted to it, and now the entire Bluesky subreddit is in damage.
Hey! Don't forget about me. I reacted to it too.
Control mode. Indeed, we could see a screenshot from the Bluesky subreddit.
No, it didn't happen, guys.
Moderator making the title, Asmongold made a video about Bluesky dying. We are aware, and we are removing posts by his fanboys.
Yep, right there, man. Right there. That's the reason. Because you're fucking weird. And you're like pushing out all the normal people and you're just trying to have a weird platform and it's not gonna work.
Have a nice day, mod team. Locked post. New comments cannot be posted.
Wow.
But things didn't end there. As a few days later, one of the top posts for the month on our Bluesky was made. That post reading, Bluesky is supposedly dying, but who's really behind the rumors? And they linked to an article.
It's me. It was me the whole time. I'm the one who started talking about Bluesky when everybody wasn't talking about it. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts talking about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that it was me. I did that.
From
Google Trends and Graphs. That's who's behind it. There's a graphs and data. Yeah, pretty. I don't know why I'm at. You need a YouTube video for that?
Some website called blueskyhunter.com. That really comes off like one of those.
Yeah, people being able to see my platform is dying is killing it. Google is showing our real numbers. We can't have that because that's going to show people that we're dying. We have to lie about it. Quick, do damage control.
AI slop article websites. But of course, all the Bluesky users in the comments are like praising this article. And you may know.
That's all of them, actually, by the way. As you can see, there's 97 comments. That's everybody on the website.
Notice Smug Elena, the one and only, right there.
She's a VTuber.
And it turns out this is actually Smug Elena reacting to my video from earlier, the one I made about Bluesky dying. So, once again, these people are mad at the person reacting to my video, but they're not actually mad at me. Now, I think this is
what happened with me and Elon with the PoE thing. Elon took away my check mark, but he didn't take away Quinn's. I remember this very clearly.
It's such a hive mind. Like, they never want to like actually see anyone criticizing Bluesky. And like these people are some of the quickest people to like ban anyone who has any sort of slightly dissenting opinion.
Of course.
Yeah, even themselves. They'll ban each other. If you step out of line just an inch, they'll have your head. Every time. You can't actually like have an opinion. You have to go along with the narrative. If you don't go along with the narrative, then you just can't be around. You can't be here. Get lost. Freak.
And or any opinion that's critical of the platform at all, or that goes against the hive mind. So they probably don't even realize that these are reaction videos. They just see people criticizing them and they're not watching the videos because again,
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I get so many comments hating on me and hating on my videos, and it's just like, bro, your comment doesn't make any sense because you didn't watch the video. You think that I'm shitting all over the person that I'm talking about because you looked at the thumbnail and you read the title, but you didn't watch the video. You just assumed.
They can't stand to see an opinion that's different from theirs. So
True.
they just
That's why
like see
they're
the
on
title
Bluesky.
and
Even if my opinion is like similar to theirs, it's not close enough.
thumbnail and rage about it. And then they see like put in this article, and again, they're not like watching the videos. They're just like raging about
Do you
the title.
enjoy having such influence over stuff like this? I knew that making a video and talking about it, one of the worst things to do with a social media platform is to show that it's dying. Because as soon as
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. They're mad about it. They don't want people to see that they're dying because that makes it worse.
you show that a social media platform is dying, then it actually starts dying. That's the next thing that happens because nobody wants.
It's the same thing with like the stock market. You see the graph go down, people start jumping out. They start jumping ship. And it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Wants to be on a social media platform that nobody's using and is losing users. So in a way, I'm speaking it into existence by saying that it's dying. Or at least I'm making it happen faster. Somebody's got to take it out to the back of the barn. Why not be me?
and or thumbnails. But the reason this is like especially funny though,
Everybody's taking credit for Bluesky dying and like all these social media apps dying. I fucking love it, by the way. Whenever Nuxanor says that like, oh, my 600% fucked series about Hassan Piker, that is what is going to get him put in jail. It is all on me. You can thank me for this. I love that shit. I love that kind of energy.
no, it's because
Twitch's
my
time?
video
I've got a funny graph
was talking
that.
about
Remind me
posts
after
on
this.
their own subreddit. I didn't just make up that Bluesky's dying. I was literally talking about posts from their own subreddit where people were talking about
I
the engagement
deactivated
being
last
low,
week. That's
the
right.
analytics falling, like
Daily active
statistically.
users, not a good sign.
How it's like not good for artists, how the artists are not getting
Responses
any
are
sort of comments on
way
their posts.
down.
You know, a whole variety of stuff like that. And again, this was
Yep.
all from them. So I make a video.
Hold on. Just, oh, not enough people are doing their part. You couldn't even use the right there. Oh, man. They're so cooked. They are so cooked.
You know, a whole variety of stuff like that. And again, this was
Yep.
all from them. So I make a video about what they're saying, and then people react to it, and then they get all mad and act like it's not even like factual information or anything. They say that people are just like making this stuff up and it's clickbait. And it's
They're
like, dude,
stupid. I mean, it's simple. I don't know why he doesn't understand. They're just stupid. They're just making up bullshit, and they're stupid because they're mad that they're getting called out for their thing that they like dying. That's the
the
reason.
source is literally
Yeah, they like to live in La La Land where everything is made up in their heads. They want everything to be exactly how they dictate it, and it's not like that, and they freak the fuck out about it.
That's
you
the
guys.
reason why.
Take a look at this top comment here.
Fucking duh.
To be honest, their "It's Dying" campaign was very obvious.
By the way, if you like this double reaction slop content, this is the ultimate slop content. Leave a like down there in the description. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I just said, man. I've drank too much coffee. My mind is like going places. What I meant to say was leave a like down there and a comment is what I meant to say. In the thing, you know, do it. Fuck. Slop content. Woo, here we go.
Since it started very suddenly out of nowhere. If I was genuinely, if it was genuinely dying, why would they care so much about it? They clearly don't.
Concord. Instant argument that invalidates this in a second.
Dragon Age Veilguard is actually, I think, a better example because people actually played that. Nobody got to even play Concord before they shut that shit down. And people were like, no, Dragon Age Veilguard, return to form! 9 out of 10! And then it completely died and they shut down, like, everybody. They shut down the studio pretty much. I think they still got it going, but they fired, like, everybody.
Mind
What a
being in a
stupid
neo-Nazi
thing to
site,
say.
since for them, number of bots is all that matters. So I even pay attention to a dead
what a
platform.
dumb thing
They
that-
clearly want something. Hope this just
Oh,
isn't a campaign
God.
to try scaremonger.
Who are these
What?
people?
Hope this isn't just a campaign to try scaremonger Bluesky owners into selling or relaxing moderation.
Yep. They're gonna
Oh my
relax
gosh, these people are
moderation.
freaking
Why would they do
psychos.
that?
I make one video talking about posts on their own subreddit about how Bluesky engagement's like falling, and they start coping, saying it's like a whole campaign against the website. And then they start talking about how the campaign, that's not even like a campaign, it's like something they're making up, is manufactured.
The campaign is just us sitting at our desks making fun of it in reaction slop videos. That's the campaign that they're talking about. But they think it's an actual hate campaign where we're just like, yes, yes, shut it down, burn it all down. We gotta get our agents in there and make them all look bad and lie about them until it all just falls apart. That's what they're thinking. Or at least that's what they're trying to manifest. They just don't want to come to grips with the fact that it's all just cringe and weird and gross and nobody likes it. They're all fucking lame freaks. They were the people in high school that were overweight, smelled bad, tried to be goth, and it made them look even worse. You know, these types of freaks. Dyeing their hair all the time, changing their hair like every day. They got new colored hair, new haircut. You know, over emotional, buys into trends, thinks they're the counterculture, but really they're just part of the mainstream that makes them think that they're part of the counterculture. You know what I'm talking about? The hot topic people.
Manufactured by MAGA.
Manufactured by MAGA. This is 171 updude One day the red MAGA hat will be viewed about the same way that the Confederate flag and the swastika are viewed. Well, I mean...
Yeah, they say that on Threads. They say that kind of stuff on Threads a lot.
Yeah, that's already true. I mean, Kanye West has all three of them.
The frick are you talking about? Manufactured by MAGA. That's
yeah, the frick, man. What the frick?
their SOP to anything they perceive as a danger to them or their cult daddy.
Dude, the irony. Calling MAGA a cult. I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it.
Bro.
This is all users?
I want to take one, like, I've talked about so much voice actor stuff that I wanted to diverge from that for a day and talk about something else, and I saw all this Bluesky stuff on the Bluesky subreddit, make a video about that, and suddenly these people will start saying it's manufactured by MAGA.
Somebody in chat really brings up a great point. The fact that they're complaining about Bluesky dying on Reddit really shows a lot about Bluesky.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even fucking think about that. Oh, good point. Good point. Like, why aren't they on Bluesky talking about it? Probably because there's nobody there to talk to about it with.
If there were so many people on Bluesky, wouldn't they just be talking about it on there?
It's like some, like, campaign to smear Bluesky to try to get the owners to maybe sell it or something. Like, what the frick?
Oh. It's almost as if Bluesky was kind of fucking useless. It was solving a problem that didn't exist. They created the problem themselves. They were the problem. That's why they left and went to Bluesky, and it just fucking didn't work because all the problems left. And fuck, man, I'm not looking forward to when Bluesky actually completely falls down because all these people are going to be returning to X and returning to Threads, and it's just going to make everything worse.
Oh my gosh, dude. These people are so crazy. We'll take a look at some more crashing.
Yeah, we need to keep Bluesky up. I changed my mind. Let's turn it around. Bluesky is winning, actually. Best platform. Fuck.
Out from these people in the comments, and then we'll take a look at that slop article, because that's also really funny. Look at this one. I hate how many grifters have infiltrated the VTuber space.
I love being called a grifter, because people who call me a grifter, they obviously, one, don't know me, or B, don't know what grifter means. Usually both.
VTubers.
Grifter is when people disagree with you.
Yep.
Basically 70% MAGA in 2025.
At least that's what they think.
The reason why a lot of VTubers are making content for people that aren't hyper liberals is because the majority of people that consume VTuber content are men, and a lot of guys don't have those viewpoints at all. And so, like, why would, if you know...
That's why Nux is, like, slowly becoming the best VTuber. I think he is the best VTuber. But I think he's going to be known as the best VTuber. He's definitely the best political VTuber.
Like, why do you think every VTuber model has huge tits? It's because they're making the content for men. And when you have a lot of men that have this viewpoint on the internet, you know, you're going to have, obviously, a lot of them that are going to try to make content for that audience. Because most of society isn't hyper liberal. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, it's common sense.
People join Bluesky, get insta to block listed, and then want to cry because they get zero engagement with people. They want to invite attacks, get big trolling people, and it's not working because we simply don't interact with them. Bro,
Yeah,
the
you do.
source for Bluesky dying was you guys. What the heck?
Yeah, hence why you're talking about it on Reddit.
Grifters and rage baiters that are angry at moderation settings. They're the ones that are salty. I posted a few comments and posts after 3 weeks and got good engagement on all of them. Yeah, right. Sure.
There's like six likes probably.
The platform is active and rewards good transformative content and discourse. Anyone that says otherwise, it's useful to go through their internet habits with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, so we got to go through the users on your own
So
stuff.
anybody who disagrees with you needs to be investigated with their Reddit account, and then you're going to find out that they actually have other opinions that you disagree with, which means that they're wrong about everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%, guys.
Reddit.
Oh, man.
And you will find that they're all shady accounts with
Even
shady
these
people
grifters
behind
wrong
them.
constantly? Yeah, it's the new Nazi.
It's like the Spider-Man meme now where they're like pointing at each other.
It's not even really the new Nazi. I was hearing grifter before everybody was calling each other a Nazi, and it was wrong then. People never knew what grifter meant. Like, they hear one guy call somebody a grifter and he uses it wrong, and then everybody starts using it. Same with unemployed, how everybody was calling people unemployed. Like, why was that even a thing? That shit's fucking stupid. Get out of here with that.
If Bluesky was really dying, then the right wing wouldn't even care. It's not dying. That's a huge load of crap. Don't trust Republicans. All they do is lie. So obviously, no, it's not some like MAGA campaign to criticize Bluesky. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah, yeah, I sure am MAGA. Sure am. Got me the red hat, make America great again. Drop all the Mexicans into the ocean. That's a crazy thing that the left thinks is happening right now. Or at least they're pretending they think that.
making it even more ridiculous is in the article by blueskyhunter.com, they actually talk about a post by the an article by the Washington Post. For those that don't know, the Washington Post is a left-leaning news outlet. And the Washington Post article was also criticizing Bluesky.
Of course.
So are they going to accuse Washington Post of like secretly being some like MAGA outlet now or something?
Yeah, of course they will. The people are delusional. Yeah, they're
Who even
stupid.
knows? But yeah, let's take a
They're more than stupid. They're retarded.
look at this slop article that the Bluesky users over on Reddit seem to be really enjoying and propping up. It reads,
Bluesky is
is
supposedly
supposedly dying,
yeah.
but who's really behind the rumors?
By
There's
Borat.
that preview image we saw earlier. They say, if you've spent any time on social media lately, especially Reddit or even Bluesky itself, you've probably seen the posts. Bluesky's dying. It's unusable for new users. It's become a left-wing echo chamber. But despite the
No. It is not. I've been there. I've seen it. It is not a left-wing echo chamber. It is a leftist freaks echo chamber. There is a huge difference. Because left-wing people, they're not the same as the leftist freaks. The leftist freaks are like obsessed with identity politics and obsessed with gender ideology and like everything being sexual. There's porn everywhere, all kinds of weird porn. Like furry porn, all kinds of that stuff over there. And it's just like nothing but those kinds of people. Like fat, smelly, hair is like 30 different colors. Every single day it's different. When they were like 14, they thought they were goth. You know, these kinds of people. They were nerds, but they weren't smart enough to be cool nerds. So they were just the weird kids that nobody talked to.
doom and gloom, none of these claims hold much water when you actually look at what's happening on the platform.
And it's stagnant. It's stagnant going down. That is so fucking bad, man.
There it is. They don't like that. That graph is racist, though? Oh, true. It's a white background.
Yeah, right, bro. Cope.
Yeah, they'll probably say like, oh, you're using Google? You think Google's an actual source? You might as well be using Wikipedia as a source. Well, better source than anything else that they've got to show. Where's your source that it's not dying?
More, dude. It's like the people that we were talking about in my video who are making posts on Bluesky, trying to blame the analytics lowering, the statistics looking terrible for the platform on the weather.
The worst thing that could happen to them, that could have happened to this platform, was a bunch of celebrities getting angry and leaving X and moving over to Bluesky. And then they all just moved back to X. And they never mentioned it. They never talked about it again. Some of them got forced out of Bluesky and had to go back to X. Because the freaks, they didn't want actual people who were kind of normal but pandering a little bit. And they go over to Bluesky and they're like, oh shit, these are like the pedophilic leftist freaks.
They're like, oh, it's just because the weather's good. That's why Bluesky is doing so much worse now. It's definitely the weather.
I think also another reason is that Bluesky is probably even lower than what it shows on Google Trends. The majority of people that are probably talking about Bluesky on the internet are talking about it being dead and not even about the website itself.
Oh boy, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's us slop tubers, us slop creators that are keeping the name alive of Bluesky. Yeah, you're right. That is how trends works. It's not users on Bluesky. It's literally just like who's talking about it. And that's terrible, man. That's terrible.
That's what I would assume.
I talked about that take a lot further in my video. I'm not going to repeat all that.
It's not.
Dude, Asmongold's making some fucking points here, and I think it's really his chat that's doing it. So, W chat.
It's not even about the website.
Talk about the Washington Post article. They say, where do the Bluesky's dying narrative start? The recent spike in negativity seems to trace back to a handful of op-eds and...
Fun fact, Bluesky is more popular than Truth Social. Yeah, but you know what Bluesky doesn't have that Truth Social does? Donald Trump.
Social media posts. Most notably, Washington Post columnist Megan McArdle published a piece bemoaning Bluesky's culture and tone, framing it as an inhospitable echo chamber. Here's a screenshot of the article titled, "The Bluesky Bubble Hurts Liberals and Their Causes," with the subtext, "The social media network was doomed to fail as users tried to recreate Twitter." I can't
She's right. She's completely right.
The entire thing because every time I go to this article, some lame pop-up appears trying to get me to like sign up to Washington Post, and I ain't doing all that. But I digress. Returning to BlueSkyHunter.com now. This slop article. Let's take a look at this section that's really funny, titled, "So is Bluesky
I think
dying?"
a Western media platform solely advertised to Western minorities would have done better. Well, this is obviously advertised to minorities. That's why they lost the election and they had to go over to this other website.
Oh, man. All 7 swing states. 45th and 47th President of the United States of America.
To cope about it. That's what happened.
This would have never happened if Donald Trump was president.
No, it's growing.
They're
slowly,
literally a minority.
organically, and sometimes awkwardly.
That's what
but
happens.
Growing nonetheless. User counts continue to rise. More developers are building tools around its open protocol. More communities are finding their footing. And then once again, the same note from earlier is posted again, where the author is desperately trying to get Bluesky users to use their Bluesky Hunter all-in-one tool thing.
Oh,
but then we get this absolutely hilarious section here. They say,
Oh, fuck. Of course Bluesky has more users than Truth Social. The left wing has more retards that need to complain. Oh, damn. Yeah, I love Asmongold's chat. There's so many base motherfuckers in there.
what we're witnessing isn't just commentary. It's a coordinated propaganda narrative, and it's being amplified by creators and media who have a lot to lose if Bluesky succeeds.
It's not failing, it's growing downward.
That's true. I don't want Bluesky to succeed. I want to kill it. I think it represents everything that I don't like about the internet, and everybody that I don't like is a supporter of it.
Oh, fuck, man, true. Couldn't have said it better myself. Except for I have said pretty much those exact same words multiple times.
So yeah. No, you're right. Accurate. True.
The loudest critics often aren't even regular users of the platform. They're pundits.
As a matter
who
of
couldn't build a
fact.
following there, or billionaire egos bruised by a lack of praise. That's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that Bluesky is working as intended.
Surely.
Haters gonna hate cry.
Oh, God.
Bro actually just typed that out.
Haters gonna hate?
Yeah.
What year is this? Oh, my God. This is
If you log into Bluesky expecting the chaos of Twitter or the viral dopamine hits of TikTok, yeah, it might feel quiet or unengaging. But if you give it time, curate your feeds, follow interesting people, and build your own experience, you'll find a platform that's refreshingly human. Bluesky isn't dying. It's just refusing to play by the rules that broke the rest of the internet.
I almost feel bad for these people, but I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I feel bad for them in the sense that, like, how did we get here, man? What happened to them? Who hurt them?
Obviously,
40-year-old
this part's
leftist Bluesky
particularly
simp.
hilarious,
Yep.
though. Coordinated propaganda narrative, the dude says, and in reality, it's
Yeah, somebody says it isn't dying because it never lived. This is true. The only thing I ever heard about it was people saying that they're moving to it. Other than, and that there was a lot of pedos. Other than that, I haven't heard anything about it. Now I'm hearing that it's dying, so there you go. We've come full circle.
It's like Bluesky users themselves complaining about the engagement going low.
Well, Bluesky is built off of the premise of a coordinated propaganda narrative because it's entirely built. Most of the people that moved over to Bluesky moved over there because they wanted Bluesky to have certain opinions. That's the entire reason why Bluesky...
That's not even right. Yeah, you're almost there. No, they moved over to Bluesky because they wanted Twitter to have certain opinions, and Twitter said no.
exists in the first place is because of a coordinated propaganda narrative.
Like a
That's
few
the
people
whole
making
point.
videos about that, and like an op-ed here and there from some like new.
Yeah, all the people that left Twitter to go to Bluesky, the people who announced it, was just, congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. See you when you get back.
News outlets.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clearly not coordinated, is my point. Like, it's just people talking about what's been
like
going
the
on.
XTOS?
Wow.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, somebody made a good point. They don't have community notes over there.
can't have that, though. We gotta say it's a coordinated campaign against Bluesky from people who are terrified to see it succeed. And I think a lot of us actually like would prefer Bluesky to succeed because it's acting as a quarantine for some of the.
I don't. I want to see... I don't want them in a reservation. I want them out in the wild.
Yeah, true. I was just kidding about what I said earlier. I do want Bluesky to fail because I want them all to come back to Twitter so they can get absolutely fucking dumped on.
I want them to be hunted. Not literally, but only metaphorically.
Yeah, we want them to be kicked off the internet. Not even really kicked off the internet. We want them to leave the internet on their own accord because if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. And they've been trying to hold the dining table hostage. And we're not letting them anymore. So we're going to cook. And we're going to cook a lot.
They have, like, these people are an endangered species. And, yep, I want it to burn. Absolutely. Metaphorically. That's it. Alligator Alley. Yep.
I guarantee you, Asmongold saying that, I want them to be hunted, but not really, just metaphorically. People are just going to be like, oh, he says metaphorically, but he literally does not mean metaphorically. Oh, he wants it all to be burned down metaphorically? No, he just wants it to literally be burned down with fire. He means the exact opposite of what he's saying here. He says metaphorically so he doesn't get in trouble. Those people are fucking stupid. Because he literally does mean that. Because I don't want them to die. I want them to be absolutely humiliated because it's just pure cinema.
Most toxic, pathetic people on the internet. So that's a big plus. Again, there are like not all Bluesky's like that. I've seen some like actual cool artists on Bluesky just having a presence on there. So like I understand there are some people on Bluesky who just want to try it out or like hope that we'd be better than like elsewhere on the internet. So I you know I'll emphasize that nuance when I'm talking about this stuff. But the majority of stuff I do see on Bluesky is either just like the same sort of slop you'd see on Twitter where it's like, oh, look at this animal doing something, and it's probably some like bot account or something. And then if it's not that, it's just like the most extreme political slop you could possibly imagine, and just some of the most pathetic people on the internet quarantining themselves away on Bluesky, which again, a lot of us
They have to, or they're going to get bullied off the internet. That's what's going to happen. It's because these people, they have to stay there because that's the only place where they're safe.
Or if they stay there because
That's
it
it.
makes everywhere else better. And then from a content perspective, Bluesky has actually been great. I've had so much content.
That is a good point. Yeah, if Bluesky, like, I mean, do you remember how many videos you made about Assassin's Creed Shadow?
Yeah, I love Bluesky. Bluesky is amazing. Provides all kinds of interesting content, like this video. If it wasn't for Bluesky, this video wouldn't have happened. And I love this video.
And the game came out and like all that fun was over. That kind of sucked. So like, yeah, maybe I do hope Bluesky stays around. It's like a, you know, like a cow that you can keep milking every once in a while.
Dude, and nobody's even talking about Threads. Just leaving out Threads like it doesn't even exist. It's fucking hilarious. Because it's more irrelevant than Bluesky. Because it's so mid. So mid.
People will
maybe that's a good idea.
1-inch post about things. Like, look at this whole VA arc we've been on for like 3 going on 4 months now. Not every video's been about Bluesky, but there's been plenty of times where we do source back to Bluesky because these VAs, like, say the craziest stuff in their echo chambers over there, and it's hilarious to take a look at and talk about. So yeah, that's really it. I just thought this was all really, really funny. And I think I forgot to say this earlier, but shout out to Asmongold and Smugalena. Both are very entertaining creators. Wish them the best. And thank you all for tuning in.
Oh, wow. What a nice
coverage,
guy.
Please consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you in the comments here and in the next one.
Man.
Defund and deport.
Man. Ain't that something? Shout out nice? Yeah, what a nice dude. And anyway, let's see here. Trump's bill's been passed. I saw that before. And Facebook has 2.1 a billion daily active users. I don't know if that's 2.1. You're telling me like a third of...
And they linked to an article from...
A fourth of the entire world logs on to Facebook every single day. I mean, I don't think that's probably true, okay? So, yeah, let's see here. Check the Bluesky tab on Reddit. Yeah, I'll look at it in a minute. There's a video given.
I wonder what the graph would look like for Threads. It's probably a little bit higher. I'm not even gonna look it up. But Threads is a garbage platform. I wouldn't go there. It's mostly like terrorism supporters and like weirdo leftist freaks, just not the weirdest, most leftist freaks that are on Bluesky. And there is some pushback against those people because there are some right-wingers over there. There are some regular left-wingers. There's some straight-up anarchists like myself. It's really a mix over there. I think Threads is a better mix than X, but there's a lot of worse shit on Threads, and people are just fucking stupid, and there's no community notes and things like that. So it's just kind of garbage over there, too. I don't know how anybody competes with X if they just can't be as free as X. That's all. That's really all you gotta do. You just don't build an echo chamber. Be just as free as X, but have a slightly different vibe. That's all you gotta do. None of these companies can fucking do it. They're all trying to compete with the right-wing extremist platform, even though it's not. They just see some stuff that's right-wing, and then they're like, I don't want to see this. This is a right-wing platform. They have right-wing stuff. Like, get the fuck out of here. I see left-wing stuff, too. X isn't a left-wing platform. Just because I see a whole bunch of left-wing stuff all the time. Like, quit being a fucking baby. People are gonna have different opinions than you. People are gonna be dumber than you. People are gonna be smarter than you. People are gonna be dumber about some things and smarter about other things than you.